What's up guys, Joey here. Just some more RSR testing, this time in Hunt Showdown, but I'm going to mix it up a bit and give you something different, and that is an objective look at the image quality comparing native 3440 by 1440 versus 2560 by 1080 upscaled using RSR to 3440 by 1440. So I'm not going to tell you which clip is which, and basically we're starting with this clip and you'll have to decide for yourself if the image quality is noticeably better or worse to the second clip. And then around halfway through the video, I will go into proper benchmarks so that you can see the numbers, which obviously the numbers are very important, but I wanted to give you guys that chance to have an objective image quality comparison where your own personal bias looking at numbers isn't swaying your opinion at all. This is interesting. These dogs are not loading in. This isn't anything to do with RSR. This is just Hunt. And I will give you a little hint though that the texture quality is on high, and a lot of the settings are turned mostly to high. So yeah, I'll clip this together a bit, so don't worry about my talking, as long as you know the main idea behind it. And it'll be just a bunch of clips for the first half of the video, about 10 minutes, and then I will let you know when it's the second portion for a comparison. And yeah, hopefully you can't tell easily. And if you can tell easily, I mean that's not a deal breaker. It's just so that you at least know the difference. You'll be able to spot it better once you've compared both. I've also disabled the ELOD's command that I normally use, which makes all the textures high quality, because it causes pop-in, which is too distracting when you're trying to compare image quality. And so this is basically vanilla Hunt with no special config edits, just mostly high settings. Effects and post-processing are turned down though, because they just don't need to be high. Like it. Oh, you hit me. So, hopefully my teammate's like actually lining him up, or maybe he's firing at both of us. Oh, there's an enemy to the northwest as well. Get surrounded here. Hit him? Oh, I hit him twice. Serious? With my little pistol. Oh, I'm about to get. Oh no. I'm gonna stay here for a bit. Give you a bit of a look at the foliage. And that enemy over there. Do you know how close I am? This isn't scary at all. Ninja here. And the other team is doing the same thing. I'm gonna get shot just standing out in the open, but oh well. There he is. Teammate's gonna line him up, hopefully. Ah, what? Really? Oh wait. Wait. Not fair. How am I bleeding? I didn't even see the bleeding notification. Wait. Oh, great. Ah, crossbows? Damn it! They do so much damage! Oh well. Okay, we'll move on to the next one now. Alrighty, so this is the second half. We went for around 7-8 minutes on the first half, and yeah, so straight into the second, and this could be RSR, this could be native. You just have to try to spot any glaring differences. For me, they look really similar. It's hard for me to tell. If I was like to try to differentiate them blind, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. A little bit like RTX on and off comparisons. Anyway, I'll turn off my mic and just let you guys scrutinize the video as you please. I guess he was up the ladder. I guess you can't step at the top without setting that up. I was hoping I'd just be able to stand there and not move and it wouldn't go off, but oh well. Alrighty guys, so I hope you enjoyed that and good luck with your guesses. The first segment was RSR upscaling from 2560 by 1080 and the second segment was native 3440 by 1440, which is what I'm running now. And we're going to go straight into an FPS test and I will show you the exact settings that we're running for both of those clips except for the resolution difference. Is object quality low, texture quality high, 16 anisotropic, SMA 2TX, lighting low, shadows high, specs low, post-process low, particle medium, and depth of field motion blur off, and then 2-pass enabled, surface format enabled. And the reason I actually turned shadow quality up is because with RSR, or even without it, as long as you keep your object quality down, which seems to be a optimization / CPU based setting, it hits performance hard in certain areas of the map. And I just find running it low works out better, even though you get a little bit more pop-in with the close objects. It's a worthy trade-off. But that's just my personal preference. Obviously run high, it doesn't really matter which one you run because the RSR scaling still applies. As you can see, I'm on 99% utilization. And if we can lower that utilization somehow then and boost performance, then we can turn other settings back up. So yeah, you could still run high object quality and get really good FPS. So we'll just play a little bit and we're going to do it all in one map this time. So maybe 5 or 6 minutes in, after you just get to take in the native frame rate for a bit. As you can see, I'll reset the counter again. We're getting anywhere from 115 to 125, but it really does depend on the scenery. Like if I just go up here where I get a bit more view distance, I'll show you what I mean. And you can see more trees and stuff. 115 FPS. And yeah, different parts of the map. Okay, what is that? Excuse me. And when we go indoors, for example, that's another big difference is as soon as I go indoors, 120 FPS, and it stabilizes fairly close around the 120 level. Just for those of you wondering. But the main appeal of RSR, especially for 6700 XT owners or even non-XT owners, because the game doesn't always run perfect frame rates due to utilization issues and optimization issues. Not utilization, sorry, optimization issues. And I've seen high-spec systems even having lower than expected FPS, especially when running at a high resolution like this. Even though their GPU is more powerful, they still end up hovering around 120 or even 110, which partly is hardware-bound because some people will be running suboptimal RAM memory configuration. They could have missing chipset drivers. They could have temperature throttling, all that stuff. As you can see, I'm running a very aggressive fan curve to keep temperatures out of the equation. But the users that will be most interested in this are 3440 by 1440, 144 Hz users, because they want to see if they can get, you know, close to those numbers with RSR, as opposed to using normal resolution scaling. And let us have a look now. I'll just go straight into that. So you see 3440 by 1440, we're going to go to 2560 by 1080. RSR will automatically enable, I'm fairly sure, not touching anything else. And now we were at around 120, and it's still dipping, but it is sitting higher for sure. And if we go indoors somewhere, like, or if I run back this direction, you can see that in certain areas it is going all the way up 130, 140. We're actually hitting 140, which we weren't doing before. And now we've got to make sure it's actually enabled. We've got to just look at the hilt of my gun or something with a lot of detail. Maybe the knife's not the best thing. This brick wall. Alt-U is disabled and enabled. So yeah, you could see the wall blurring a bit when I disable it. It's disabled now. Enabled. And we'll look at the hilt of the gun. Disabled. enabled, disabled. I noticed the blurring around the scope, around the eye, the eyelet, and then enabled, disabled, enabled. So there's something else we can look at. Maybe this. Disabled, it does get a bit blurry. Enabled. Even the health already full like text, because it's a full screen implementation. When I disable RSR, the text on the screen that says health full blurs. Disabled, enabled, and as well the icons on the top left, you'll notice them blurring too, as well as my ammo counter. Disabled, gets a bit pixelated. Enabled. So it definitely is making a difference, and then just simply being at the low resolution is why we were hitting such higher numbers. We're getting around 20 FPS gain, which is actually what I saw in Tarkov and Elden Ring. At this resolution, with this 25% resolution difference, we're getting around 20 FPS, 10 to 20 FPS. Sometimes 30. It depends on the game and the scenario, but pretty good. And maybe you can tell a bit more when you see the numbers, but you can kind of see a little bit more aliasing. That's like maybe the biggest nitpick I can spot with RSR compared to native, is that some textures just look a little bit more shimmery, like the aliasing shimmer that you get when the lines aren't perfect. Seem to be a little bit more noticeable, but I swear I see that at native resolution too. Like it happens at native, so it's not like you're not getting any. Especially if you run with SMA T2X turned off. But you can also see that there's headroom now to turn settings up, because we're no longer at 99% utilization. We're closer to 90 to 85, 85 to 90. So anyway, enough of me talking. I'll just leave the rest of the gameplay just for you guys to enjoy and see the numbers. And RSR performance is what we're looking at. Anyone can test without it. But if you haven't had time to test it and you just want to see how it looks, then yeah, this is what the gameplay is for. So enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Lol. I had to try it. My teammates sort of just want to sit there, so you know. Beaten by Bo. Alrighty, well, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm not sure which game to test next, so if anyone's curious, like you're planning to buy a 5000 or 6000 series GPU and you want to see a particular game's RSR scaling, then just let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. See ya.